You might not get the elimination, Jack, but the point is the player count does go down.
And
oh my gosh. That boogie bomb play there on the baller, it takes them out, and they claim that one as their own. A single elim there, Precision May goes down. These two are bunkered inside this structure, Jack.
Brilliant play right there. Remember, if you hit someone with a boogie bomb when they're in the baller, it basically just ejects them out. And next thing you know, they're dancing and not in a fun spot to be in for a fight. CG Skay inside the baller right now. Dynamite being dropped on in. 134 total HP for Reno. The zone moving. 26 players remaining, 15 duos. Ooh. A brilliant pump shot there for 157. Still a campfire as well in the back pocket to use. Nice job building that ceiling just above himself. It gets a little bit weird when you get on that higher elevation, but Reno, you can tell, well practiced, well versed in these late game rotations. Does whiff that boogie bomb there though. Oh, there's the follow-up. There's the follow-up.
Skay pushing in to try and help out his teammate at the very edge of the zone now. For a moment there, I was curious. They were separated, Skay and a baller, Reno not. He was out running around on his own. It essentially becomes a play-your-own-life situation because if you're in a baller, you have the advantage. You have kind of a free shield, a layer of protection, plus you're crazy mobile. There's no reason that they necessarily have to sacrifice. And this is actually a perfect example. Skay stays down below. He's in the baller, and Reno takes the opportunity as the zone is moving. You see in the bottom right corner of your screen a southwest push for the map. You might as well pop the rift to go and use that as a rotation. Lemon there sitting inside a campfire. That signal there might be an opportunity for somebody to take some shots. We'll see here. Reno has the high ground, Jack. And Skay, his teammate, drops right on top. These two are dominating elevation this match.
And you see still 89 total builds available for CG Skay. They're going to look above, see what they can spot from the players because many rifted because a second rift wound up getting popped. Still 88 builds remaining, already 10 eliminations so far. These two players in a brilliant spot to secure this victory royale. Another one comes on in. Now 11 eliminations, only 18 players in total as the number continues to dwindle. The 7 zone about to close, and again, they're going to have to move completely out of the current zone yet again with these late game moving zones. 14 players now remaining, and you know what? They just can keep the high ground for the rest of this game. With this many builds left, they're just going to blanket the sky with these cone and floor combos. They're actually not held up by too much, but at this point, they don't want to stay up too high. They will have to watch out for the rift, though.
Like you were saying, there's a potential chance the zone might rotate back that direction, which may leave this branch they built kind of exposed. It is metal, pretty well supported, and I think in a situation where it starts to get shot down, they could waterfall their way down the wall ramp to catch themselves, to not take any fall damage. It's easy to drop down, and they're looking for any shot they can. They still have the high ground here. Skay does jump on in, a little bit of fall damage. Reno catches himself on the way down, and we're looking for a push here. 12 eliminations between the duo. You see in the bottom right corner, Skay does have a player on the outside. He's trying to catch him off guard. The rotation in from behind and ramps. Try and get the high ground and quick check up, see if there's anybody above him.
14 limbs now as Reno finishes his elimination on Shatsu. Sizzy on top and Luca now in this fight. Only 6 players in total, and there Skay with another one. Now 15 eliminations. This squad, Ben, has wiped nearly a fifth of the lobby by themselves. Another one comes on in. Now just 4 players remaining. It's a 2v1v1. 2v1!
Sidewipe goes down. Mangaliga has the high ground, but Reno and Skay are both sitting pretty with HP and shield. Mangaliga takes a solid shot, and he goes down. Reno and Skay securing that victory royale. 19 eliminations. Now, you hate to see it. Technique on the outside. The knock on Desip, his teammate is around here somewhere. He's going to have to push inside, avoid the stink. Just a 1 or 2 ticks could make the difference. He's down to 60 total HP, 70 builds. He has the elimination.
I was going to say
2 full shields.
With this zone that just popped up, he was far enough in it where he could pop these big shields. Unfortunately for him, I think everyone just started shooting. But will this rocket get him anything? Does clean up 1 elimination, and a second knock is as well, I believe, right there. Yes, it is. Technique beginning to pop up. Now it's 6 elims. When we first joined the game, he was at 3. Now it's 7 eliminations, still with 45 builds remaining, 8 eliminations. The other player he had knocked that was Motto does go down to the zone. And look who's just above him. One of the players, Pickle. He's burning through all his materials.
1 rocket. He's on the bottom side and can sneak his way in. Can he catch the fish off guard? And he does. The shot he shot, the follow through.
Wow.
And
gets tagged once. Max so weak. Pickle now no shields left. This should be it. There's no way he's going to be able to secure this one. Yeah, there it goes. But I'm going to be honest with you, Dr. Lupo, I feel like that was way closer than it ever should have been.
Absolutely.
And it's only because
the first thing you think?
If you see that zone pop up right there and you don't have rotation, you need to get ahead of it. You need to play just riskier. Oh my goodness, the reaction from Dome. The reaction time, incredible. Right there from Dome, is he's got to build on out. Remember, only 11 players remaining, but when you mention that again, when you see a zone that goes up that much elevation, you need to either act early and make a risky play happen, or, well, 10 in the last zone movements. And I guarantee you, majority of it was because of that elevation. A beautiful edit. The Stinks now coming on in. Domi's got to make a move happen, but Ben, look at the materials remaining. 116 structures. This player can build forever in this late game zones.
Catches Nomus rotating the outside and does get that pump shot. The fact that Dom caught a player essentially like catching a fly with chopsticks to get that elim earlier is insane. But here we go. 4 eliminations. His teammate had 2 before he's out. He's solo. 6 players left. Another one. Fact Ghost gets knocked down. Dom trying to pick up his 5th elim here. He's going to edit his way out, pushing for a safe spot at the edge of the zone.
He still so many mats.
The Stink, the pressure applied from the Stink is going to force him to rotate, but it's no big deal. He was going to anyway. Fact Ghost gets eliminated down below. That is another elim. You have 2 players below. Nummy's pressure from above is basically forcing
Domi's got to build.
Just all the mats come out.
Domi's got to build.
He's going for it. It looks like going for the 1v1 on the bottom. Nummy dropping in, trying to third-party this. All the way down to the ground. He's still in the safe zone. Catches, bad off guard. Nummy and Dom in a 1v1. Still inside the zone. Very, very close to the edge. 6 eliminations. Could catch a 7th here in just a second. No builds. 24 shield, 60 HP, and he slides on the outside. He's got to look for shots and put pressure. This might be it. And he catches. What? Are you kidding me? Nummy goes down.
The headshot from Domi. 7 eliminations, single-handedly wins his team the game.
The ability to zone players out of their own structures and force them to burn more mats, maybe rotate into a disadvantageous position, is so strong. But it doesn't matter here. Rams catches the shotgun shots from above. Insane does get the knockdown. He's looking to potentially pick up his teammate Nikolai, also down. They're fighting for this.
He got it, he got it!
Enigma goes down. Rom's able to secure his friend and the 2 elims.
And remember when I said they're close enough to the next zone? Oh, no.
He won't be able to pick him up.
I thought he had a chance, but unfortunately, the way it's cutting, it won't wind up happening.
The thing to remember, too, even though Nikolai was just eliminated, that elim does not count for a point for the duo that knocked him because they are out of the game already.
Yeah.
If one of them was still alive, it would count as an elim point, but not in this situation. Rom's looking to catch a player on the outside. VNTX goes down in an easy 78 pump crit there. Rom's looks like gets hit by potentially a rocket as he's rotating in. 54 HP. 2 Stinks. The med kit potentially coming in clutch here in 1 second. We'll have to see if Roms needs to push in further, and he does. Quadra. There's tons of players around him as he's rotating in, and he gets caught off guard. Looks like Hiko Sid does get the elim, or potentially Quadra. I missed who exactly got the shot there. It's a top down from Seth, though. DRG goes down. It's a 2v1, Jack.
They're so worried about keeping the high ground that they basically send DRG down by himself, and he's fighting a 1 versus 2 against Dealers and the Beast. And what I don't know is if there's maybe a miscommunication and the 2 trained players don't realize that it's a 2v2 and not a 2v1v1. But unfortunately, now it's Seth all by himself on this high ground. Absolutely very still winnable. But they might be in a little bit more of a tough scenario than they were hoping for in this late game. Seth popping the campfire, does still have a rift to go if needed. Don't really think there'll be too much use of it right now with where we're at in the game.
Imagine a play where Seth makes sure that he has higher HP than the 2 below, and he drops down, pops that rift to force him into the storm to take storm damage, and since he has more HP, he survives and wins. Imagine, Jack.
Oh, man.
It would be absolutely ridiculous. No rockets left, Seth. We're right at the end here. He's going to have to look for something here. 49, 39 HP, waiting for the tick out. Dealer's knock, and there it is. The victory royale. Seth, even though DRG goes down earlier in a 2v1 on the ground, Seth's he's able to secure the victory royale.
Rojo really is looking for this elimination on Speedy, who's just above with under 70 HP. He's trying to hold this edit for the moment, looking for help from Waffles. Hasn't gotten it as of yet. And there's one player just above. There we go. The elimination onto Speedy. Doesn't get much easier than that.
See there, we can see the outline of the duo underneath, but he can. He's looking for any kind of movement in there. He can catch him through the little wood slats. He does indeed catch one through the wood slats. Wolvies with a knockdown. He's going to continue to apply pressure. His teammate, you can see on the left side of your screen, Rojo does have the angle, and they're both just going to spray through any material that they can, trying to get every elimination that they can in there, and they do secure the knockdown. They're going to keep on spraying. Listen, Whoever that is in the bottom is going to go through every single material they have, and that's the inevitable end. Honestly, at that point, as Starliu, I would just burn all the mats I can.
I think the question now that I would ask is, do you drop down and try to go grab all that stuff? The squad moving on in. Onan on the high ground does fall to the storm. Saw as well. Native Res, Zaytree getting sprayed at the moment. Isa on the low ground. Mag Venom up top. Waffles and Rojo have gotten some health back, so you've got to assume that they've had to have found another elimination somewhere in there, Ben.
Still mixing it up the edge of the zone. Rojo catches another one off guard, rotating in. The knockdown and the elimination.
Basically 1-4 into the zone, knowing no one's building above me inside the zone right now. It gives him a clear path. Everglide now just keeping a slight high ground advantage. So many builds left, and again, Ben, it looks like Elevation's about to come into play. Did the zone push back the opposite side?
Looks like it's going southeast.
Yeah, it did. So that'll save the low ground players for the moment. Doesn't wind up going over the entire mountain.
But Everglide's right there by his side. They're even sharing materials right now during a push. Mag Venom drops in. Meat Multi inside a box of his own here, trying to hug the edge of the storm and stay ahead. Just stay towards anything to stay ahead of the push. And he gets caught off guard. 38 HP, only 13 shouty shells. Trying to peek that little corner to edit out. Gets a solid tag. Jump up over the top. You got to watch your back, though. He's building up, ascending, trying to keep a top down. And he catches a 90 shot, but it's not enough. And Mag Venom secures that last elim. 7 elims. The victory royale. Mongrel and Mitro in the zone right now, pushing through another player's structure. You see they're knocking out the walls and replacing. He's holding an edit, trying to peek his way through and see if he can see somebody mid-movement. Those quick edits will come to play here if they see someone below. The campfire. Anything to top off the HP, though. That dynamite jack is trying. This actually is proof of just how nested the structure is.
Yep.
3 sticks of dynamite went off and nothing fell. The edit there, Trixie gets caught off guard. Mongrel did own that ramp, and there it is, the elim picking up that little bonus there.
That's the second rift to go. 2
rifts at this point. He's max materials, 150 build.
At this point, they're in a brilliant position to win this game. The extra mats that were left behind from the elims that they got. 13 players remaining, 9 duos in total. Quick little cleanup from Jocko there on the crash. Does get tagged, but a 210 pump shot there to the dome. Jocko with 2 elims right there and has time to pop the slurp juice. Give yourself a chance, just pop one of these slurps. Even though you're full health, just pop one of them. Launch pad being used. Is Mitro about to be challenged on the high ground? It appears so. 1 elimination comes on in. A second player challenges as well. Mitro in the build battle. This can decide who can win this game. He will drop on down. Oh no. Mitro.
A 20-meter fall. Falls. It actually took another player out as well at the exact same time. 5 solos remaining.
They were just too high up. Look at the build battle. It caused them both to go too high up. Still 44 total builds. 3 players now left. The drop on in. Beautiful quick swap and clean up with that legendary compact SMG. Sees with no shield. Blocks to high ground. Health advantage.
Has minis.
Material advantage. I mean,
this is his game to win. At this point, only a mistake is going to cost him, or an extremely solid pump shotgun shot. But even then, that green, it's not going to hit for 200, even if your opponent's swallowing the barrel. At that point, it still won't do enough damage. Z's arguably, I mean, this is potentially the worst position he could be in.
Yep. I mean, the one thing that I kind of see is that he does have a campfire when his opponent doesn't. But I wonder if Bloxu is expecting him to run out of materials anytime soon, because last we checked, player on the low ground was down to just 7 total builds, and you've got to think they've been using builds this whole time.
Well, there's only 20 builds remaining of his own. He's staying right inside the zone. Maybe pop that slurp just a little bit early. He was already 100-100, so he could have saved it for just a moment. Sees, takes the shot, and there it is. Blazu secures the victory royale. An excellent, that was a solid game.
To be honest, that clean, using the new bunny hop emote there. 5 eliminations, a victory royale, a bunch of points earned.
In competitive region. It took 58 points in order to make the Sunday qualifier for a chance to qualify, but Fnatic Motor and VHV Verox taking away the top spot. 3 victory royales, 63 eliminations. 63 eliminations while winning 3 matches. That's absurd. 5 points clear of Skype and Vatu of the stream, who we've seen a ton of as well. Absolute competitive veterans. You have Ketzer and Tripper rounding out the top 3 with Cheers and Lion just behind them. And I mean, still though, the spread for that 4th spot, 92 to 90 points in the 10th place. And again, so many great names on there. You have Airwalks and Nikov, who won 4 of their first 6 matches. Just absolutely incredible. These are some of the guys to keep an eye on for the qualifiers going through. But let's take a look at overall players to watch for the finals tomorrow. Everyone trying to find a way to get to that Fortnite World Cup final stage